What's going on, everybody? This is Alex USA Days, and today we're with beautiful Masha. We will talk about how to actually get a Russian girl to like you. How about that?
I guess, well, I like how we're standardizing all Russian women to me, but if you follow all of these rules, I will like you. Just a public service announcement, I am married. So,
but I will still like you.
Yeah, but I will still like you. You will be great.
How does it work? Because we know that for Americans it's a big problem to approach Russian women. A lot of times they seem to be very harsh. Like they would blow you off right away, saying like, why do you? How do you say it? I was trying to impersonate Russian accent, but they will actually tell you, why do you speak to me, basically? Like, what's your business? So how do you actually work around that? Are they really mad? What's going on?
I don't think they're really mad.
Right.
I think that a lot of men, okay, I'm not kind of eliminating the fact that obviously, even if this woman was Russian and the Russian guy came up to her, she wouldn't have that same reaction.
Right.
Maybe she just doesn't like what this guy looks like or whatever, what he says.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a lot of times men just kind of approach maybe too aggressively sometimes, or at the same time maybe not aggressively enough, right?
Or she has a boyfriend.
Or she has a boyfriend, right?
And you're screwed.
Story from real life, and the guy wasn't approaching me, the guy was approaching a friend, and he was drunk, and he was grabby, and he was, and this was at the club, and his friends were, totally nice and totally polite, and you could hold a conversation with them. And this guy, also really good looking guy, seems like, he has it all together, but at the same time, you get out with him on the dance floor and he starts going for all the things he shouldn't be going for, So I feel like you, first and foremost, be polite, don't be, an asshole, and don't use some soiled pickup line that you...
Like, I like your accent, where are you from?
Or, one guy asked me, and this is funny because he was Russian, of Russian origin, but he was very, very Americanized, and so this conversation took place in English, and I mentioned that part of my previous job was to make sure that patients were happy, and he said, and whose job is it to keep you happy? That didn't go anywhere.
My mom.
Yeah!
My mom.
My mom! Yeah, so that didn't go anywhere. So no cheesy pickup lines. Start a conversation. Ask her how her day is going.
Yeah, how
maybe
are
her
you?
day went bad.
Yeah. How's your day?
Yeah.
Good question to ask.
Yes.
Yep. Are you busy? Like,
Can I speak with you? Are you?
Do you have time to talk? Do you have? Hey, my name is Alex. Do you have time to talk? I saw you busy. You need help. Whatever.
What do you think about NASA's development and all of that stuff about Pluto? Is it going to be a planet again?
I know it's weird, but actually you can ask questions like that, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like...
I never tried.
That would work for me.
Hey,
like, no, yeah, new horizons.
Be nice, not stereotyping, approaching Russian girls. If she blows you off, say, I'm sorry, like, let me try one more time, like, I just want to talk. Don't be too aggressive. If she says no again, then okay.
How do you say навязчивый in English?
Annoying.
Don't be annoying. Don't be creepy.
Don't be creepy. Oh.
Not good. Don't be creepy.
All right.
I like your face.
I like your lips. Can I touch them?
Yeah. Don't go there. All right.
First step. Let's say it was successful. You are actually able to approach her. Now, how do you go after that? What do you do? You go for a date, you buy her some vodka, what do you do?
Okay, so I guess the scenario would be meeting at a bar or at a club, let's just say, right? You've never seen this girl before. This is not, a work thing where kind of maybe she feels like she needs to talk to you because who knows, you're a good networking opportunity.
Right.
But yeah, so let's just say you're just going out, you see this beautiful girl, you think she's Russian.
Now, should you be feeling like on the first date, let's say you invited her to the bar, just, I don't know, to walk in the park, whatever she's up to, or you would be running together in the morning. It could be any scenario, but should you be flashy? Like, show your car if you have a good car? Should you throw money at her? Like, paying for her and stuff. I mean, I don't know. Would it work?
I mean,
Could
once again, depending on who you're trying to attract, if you are very well off and you're looking for a trophy wife, good for you.
Right.
That would work.
Yeah, you can actually attract a gold digger.
Gold digger really easily.
She'll be
but
throwing money.
I also feel like, you know, if you're gonna show what you have, it's gonna be up to you to figure out if that person now somehow is acting differently with you.
Right.
I really think that if a girl really likes you, it's not gonna matter, you know, what you're driving or what you have. Be respectful. I feel like respectful is first and foremost.
Right.
I feel like in Russian culture, respect and respecting women is very important.
Yeah, so you don't go and joke about her in front of your friends or say some stupid thing like, I don't know, whatever, your teeth are crooked. I don't know what could it be, but
or I think this one is I think will hit close to home with a lot of Russian women. If you think that her accent is adorable, she probably doesn't think so.
right.
She probably thinks that she can't pronounce the damn TH and it's annoying her and she feels self-conscious about it. So don't be pointing it out in public. Like, don't be like, oh, say that again. Say that again how you say it. I love how you say it. No, don't do that. Out.
Yeah.
Done.
All right.
I still can't say my V's and my W's sometimes. White wine becomes a white wine and it's just not good. Don't point that out. People are self-conscious about that. People care.
So I think the advice we could give here is just be yourself and don't try too hard, because you can actually ruin it by being too flashy, and she will change her intentions, or I don't know, she will be just there for the money, and that's possible. And I'm not stereotyping Russian girls, I'm just saying it's possible in the relationship, regarding if it's men or women or coming from any part of the world, Africa, Alaska, doesn't matter. Alright, so when you actually got the date, you were yourself, you were talking, you like each other, what's the next step? How do you when it's time to go and say, hey, you want to meet my parents? So do even Americans do that?
I think Americans don't do that until you really need to. But a lot of times I feel like for Russian women, their families, especially if they're also in the United States, are very important for them. The approval of their family members is very important to them.
We're not saying that Americans' families are not important, and they certainly are, but for Russian women, that her mom likes the guy is
very important. It's very, very, very important, because unfortunately, yes, as much as you want to think that you're your own adult person and you know what is best for you and you know what's good for you, you know, Russians are raised to think that your family does have some sort of wisdom given their life experience and their, you know, just parental wisdom. And, you know, if you're the chosen woman, the woman of your choosing is in a good relationship with her family's opinion is really going to mean a lot to her.
Yeah. If she's not, you'll probably never see her parents.
Yeah. So
that happens as well.
That happens as well, right? She can be in a really good relationship with her parents and her whole entire family, or they can live somewhere else. She can see them on holidays and you don't even have to come because she just wants to get that over with.
All right. How about the first date present? Will bottle of vodka do, or no?
Don't say that.
No, bad jokes again.
Bad jokes. I feel like, you know, a flower or two. Not two, because two is for death. Funerals.
You will die!
No, okay. It's not so much in the United States.
In Russian culture, if you bring an equal number of flowers, even number of flowers to a date, in Russia they bring it only to funeral. So if you buy flowers, and I know they sell here only even, and a lot of women don't care, but if she just came, if she's like brand new, 2 months out of the boat,
say that. If a woman has recently immigrated from a different country into the United States, here's Masha. This message has been politically corrected by Masha.
Alright, so if you're buying her a bouquet, and here in the United States they usually sell them by a bunch, like I don't know, 10, 12, take one out. Just throw it out. Put it in your.
Take one out, and
put it in your
if you go on a second date with her, you can bring just the one next to
or to the other girl. Yeah.
Don't do that.
But yeah, I think a bouquet of flowers or 3 flowers is good enough for a first date. And buying her some coffee and I don't know, a marshmallow at the Starbucks or an ice cream. Yeah, that's more than enough. You don't have to go take her to the fancy restaurant.
Yeah, you know.
It's more about talking and getting each other in the first phases. So you're buying her an ice cream, you're buying her some flowers, you're showing that you're not greedy, but you're also not being flashy and not throwing money at her. And then after that, you kind of start talking more, and then we'll go back to you because. What do you talk about?
I also want to kind of point this thing out about being greedy. It's not that a Russian woman can't pay for her own dinner. And I understand a lot of men that don't necessarily want to pay on a first date because why invest in this woman? I feel like that's a lot of the back thinking. Mm-hmm. But you might think that. However, the woman is gonna think that, and this is how Russian women, they like plan your whole entire lifetime together with you because they do that on the first date. I think any woman does that, right? But she's gonna think if you didn't want to pay for dinner, you're probably not gonna want to pay for her manicure at one point when she's gonna be unemployed after carrying your child. But that's just, that's just projecting into the future. But don't.
Paying for manicure? Who does that? I'm not paying for anybody's manicure except mine. Alright.
Alright. Anyways, just don't come off as sleazy, greedy, creepy, anything that ends with an EP. Don't do that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's a story. A guy was not buying water. Actually, he bought some water for a girl, a bottle of water, and then he asked her for $1 for that water, and then they never saw again afterwards. But he really liked her. He started apologizing, sending her flowers and all that stuff. But dude, you already blew it. I mean, he fell in love, and he thought he was ready to buy her a car. She didn't want anything from him because of that $1 bottle of water. Think about that. So you might just buy that water.
You can't have a first impression twice.
Right. Yeah, you might buy that water, but she will never ask for more.
And turns out that bottle of water would have been his biggest investment.
Exactly.
It would have been the cheapest investment that he could have made.
The car later didn't work. She didn't want it. She didn't want the car. She didn't want to see him, talk to him, nothing. So think about that. It gets a little complicated with Russian women sometimes.
I think it's.
With any women?
Yeah, why are we?
It gets complicated with women.
It gets complicated with women.
Right. So what do you actually talk on the first date? What do you say? How do you like?
Don't talk about your work. Yes, you can talk about what you do and where you work. Mention a little.
Right.
But don't talk about, your intense physics research in a lab.
Yeah.